Et salut à tous et bienvenue pour cette nouvelle vidéo sur du Metal Gear Solid Delta. Et oui, aujourd'hui on est le 28 août. Le jeu est enfin sorti, le jeu qu'on attendait depuis un petit moment. Alors effectivement c'est un jeu qui date, puisque c'était un jeu qui a été remasterisé, remake. Et donc du coup forcément il va pas y avoir grand chose qui va changer, mis à part éventuellement la qualité graphique, déjà au niveau du décor, du scénario. En tout cas le scénario apparemment devrait pas changer beaucoup. Donc j'ai hâte un petit peu de voir et de replonger dans cette histoire, puisque ce jeu je l'avais déjà terminé une ou deux fois peut-être. Donc clairement c'est un truc que j'attendais depuis un petit moment, parce que c'était... Enfin, rien que sur la qualité de l'histoire, je crois que en termes de jeu PlayStation, la qualité de l'histoire que j'ai vu qui s'en rapprochait à peu près, c'était peut-être Crazy Score. Voilà, Crazy Score à l'époque sur la PlayStation portable, la PSP. Sinon depuis, j'ai pas trouvé de jeu avec une histoire si dingue, aussi dingue que celle de Metal Gear 3 à l'époque, Snake Eater. Et là aujourd'hui, on va donc aller voir Metal Gear Solid Delta. Prenez de quoi boire, de quoi manger, comme certaines personnes peuvent vous le conseiller d'habitude. Calez-vous bien et on va se lancer du coup dans cette histoire. Oh oui, alors effectivement, moi j'avais pris le pack de luxe, donc du coup, effectivement, j'ai quelques tenues. Les tenues de combat, les tenues de forêt, voilà. Hop, or, tenue de croco. Les masques, je les mettrai peut-être. Les masques, je les mettrai peut-être plus tard. Ça c'est... Ah, donc on voit tous les modes de jeu. Donc effectivement, donc la nouvelle partie, là, c'est forcément contre les Ape et Escape, je crois à l'époque, ouais, c'était ça à peu près. Les extras, on verra ça beaucoup plus tard. Et puis ici, je crois que... Alors déjà, c'est déverrouillé une fois l'histoire terminée, pardon. Et je pense que ça doit être le mode multijoueur. Je pense, je suis pas sûr. On découvrira ça bien plus tard. On va se plonger là-dedans. J'aime Metal Gear Solid 3, donc j'aime toute la saga quand même. Nouveau style. Alors, oui, on peut soit le faire comme à l'époque. Utilisation de caméra aérienne, la visée se fait en vue à la première personne. Troisième personne mobile, déplacée et tirée simultanément avec une vue par-dessus l'épaule. J'ai envie de vous dire que c'était pas mal ça, hein, le style légendaire là. Est-ce qu'on partirait pas sur le nouveau style histoire de... Ouais, vous savez quoi? On va regarder un petit peu. Donc là actuellement je joue sur la PS5 qui est reliée tout simplement avec le remote control sur le PC, donc ça me permet de pouvoir faire le nécessaire pour pouvoir filmer en même temps que je joue. Touche action c'est ça, la touche CQC, ah ouais, le CQC c'est vachement important en plus. Viser là, traquer, j'avais pas assez souvenir de la touche traquer. Touche arme, touche vue à la première personne, ok. Bon, vous savez quoi? On va voir par la suite. On va se mettre en mode normal. Qu'est-ce qu'on a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans là? En très facile pour ceux qui ont envie de jouer. Jauge de vie initiale de Snake est 2 fois plus grande. Les soldats ennemis ont une puissance d'attaque et de capacité de détection très réduite. Les... Ah, ça c'était le mode de jeu que je préférais le plus une fois que j'avais fini le jeu la première fois. Parce qu'en fait vous avez un petit pistolet qui n'a pas forcément besoin de recharge. En fait, vous avez des munitions à l'infini et vous pouvez faire quasiment tout le jeu avec ça. Et d'ailleurs je vous conseille de faire au maximum pour tuer le moins de gens possible. Vous comprendrez plus tard dans l'histoire. Et qu'est-ce qu'on a? Alors débloquer avoir ta mini-jambes. Dès que l'ennemi vous repère. Ah ouais. Ah oui quand même. Ok, d'accord. TX-Foxin est accessible au rang le plus élevé. Les captations ne sont pas disponibles. Ok. On va découvrir aussi, juste avant, les possibilités de trophées. Puisque, ben, effectivement, qui dit nouveau jeu dit trophée, beaucoup de trophées masqués, donc ça va être sûrement lié à l'histoire. Assommer des gardes CQC, interroger un ennemi en CQC, donc ça vous verrez, vous pouvez mettre un couteau sous la gorge, maîtriser un ennemi, utiliser un couteau pour extraire une balle. Ouais, alors on verra au final après. Afficher les conseils, conseils importants seulement, c'est quoi ça? On va mettre les plus importants, je pense. Allez, go! Et on est parti en légendaire. Donc en légendaire, c'est vraiment...
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning
à
of the
l'époque.
era called the Cold War.
Je vais vous laisser avec David Hayter, qui va vous expliquer l'histoire. Vous avez l'histoire avec Snake, le colonel, et tout le reste. Et on va faire la première partie de l'histoire ensemble. On s'arrêtera juste après.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. Ready to go.
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate the alarm bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Il y a beaucoup de cinématiques, hein, par contre. Je vous préviens
Jack, I've
d'avance.
got some important news. The head of the
Parti pour
CIA
l'histoire.
has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us. Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
J'avais un peu oublié quand même le fait qu'on puisse regarder pendant les cinématiques. Mais franchement c'est cool de retourner là-dedans quoi. Ça plaira pas à tout le monde, ça je vous le dis d'avance, mais franchement pour les anciens comme moi qui adoraient ce jeu. Alors je l'ai mis en mode performance, parce qu'il me promettait un 60 FPS, alors que le mode avec la belle... les beaux graphismes c'est du 30 FPS, donc je sais pas trop pourquoi, mais... Cette classe. Peut-être changer un peu les graphismes, les mettre en... avec les 30 FPS. Alors on avait le choix de le mettre soit en anglais, soit en japonais. J'ai pris l'anglais parce que forcément, c'est la voix iconique de Snake, hein.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's... I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send. Okay, Snake, go get your...
Bon, et c'est parti pour la phase de jeu. Alors, oh oui, d'accord, c'était comme ça, c'est vrai. Oh, oh. Vous pouvez faire comme ça, et pour regarder, c'était comme ça. Alors que la version, l'autre version, c'est une version en FPS. Ok. Tac. CQC. Et voilà. Et voilà le travail. Faut que je reprenne vraiment le système.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose weapon from... Your available weapons will be displayed from that list. Choose the weapon you want to equip. For other equipped items...
Got it. Use the...
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect... You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local... You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate once its durability reaches zero. The noise suppression... The suppressor's durability... Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Who's
Solo covert actions are standard Fox. You can't leave any traces of your... No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily wastes. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're
Un
there.
peu comme maintenant. Hein.
Stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake. There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair. I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to...
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost... The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge
Ah,
of
si je dis
recording
pas de
your
bêtises que
mission
ça te remet de la vie.
Whenever
Mais
you
bon.
want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission date.
That's right. It also...
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Oh.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics
Retenez bien ce qu'elle dit, hein.
They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake? Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat. I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. After all, this is your first
Là,
actual...
ils expliquent
Where
quand
are
même
you,
comment
boss?
faire le
Next to
truc.
the major.
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Il tire.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Et voilà, c'est parti, c'est comme ça que ça commence. Bon, j'espère que j'ai pas perdu trop de monde jusque-là. Ah, sympa le système de boussole qu'il n'y avait pas auparavant, ça me dit rien du tout. Donc, ah oui, donc on peut pas, ah, c'est vrai qu'on pouvait pas avancer en même temps. Ok, bon. Hop, le système de changement des maps, qui est à l'ancienne. Ok. Alors, un truc que je veux voir, c'est est-ce que je peux éventuellement changer... Excusez-moi pour ça. Hop, hop. Ah mais c'est dégueulasse le 30 IPS. Oh, c'est horrible. Alors, voyez un petit peu tout ce qui est... Ok. Oh, c'est un peu compliqué en termes de visu. Hein. Ok. Bon, ils ont quand même rajouté peut-être 2-3 trucs parce que je me souvenais plus de ça. Un autre truc que je voulais regarder. Là, voilà. Alors, on peut changer le camouflage. Le système de camouflage, en fait, il est vachement important. C'est ce qui va vous permettre d'avancer tout doucement ou de pouvoir y aller à fond de balle, en fait. Donc du coup, vous avez le visage que vous allez pouvoir peinturer, bien sûr. Vous pouvez mettre un masque. D'ailleurs, pour ceux qui ont déjà joué à Metal Gear Solid, est-ce que cette tête-là vous dit quelque chose? Je pense que oui. J'en dirai pas plus. Alors, on va mettre une tête comme celle-là. Le fourrage... Tac, tac, tac. Oh, moins 150. Ah oui, bah alors en or... Voilà, ça donne ça en or. Pas mal. La petite tenue crocodile. Du coup, forcément. Bah, il est où le masque? Ah, il n'y a pas le masque. Ok. Pour que ceux qui vivent sur le principal. Ah, d'accord, ok. Donc réduit considérablement tous les dégâts subis, augmente le taux de récupération de vie, mais diminue la vitesse de déplacement. Et ok. Ok. Bon, on va se mettre en feuille pour l'instant. Et là, je vais remettre forêt. Et on sera à 65. Pour ce qui est du sac à dos, tout à l'heure on avait vu les armes. Ok. Donc, lui fait des dégâts. Lui, il endort. Et ça, c'est pour entendre. On va le mettre ce truc. Non, ah oui, d'accord. Vibre quand il détecte une forme de vie humaine, sont équipés pour l'utiliser. Ça, je l'enlève. Ok. Bon. Et la fameuse carte. Non, elle est pas super grande. Mais bon, c'était des jeux à l'ancienne. Hein. Nourriture. Alors oui, vous l'avez peut-être pas vu, mais en haut à gauche se trouve donc la barre de vie de Snake, ainsi que la barre d'endurance qui se trouve juste en dessous. Et cette barre d'endurance, elle se vide, forcément. Donc du coup, il va falloir la remplir une fois qu'elle sera trop basse. Sinon, vous allez entendre son ventre qui va gargouiller éventuellement. Et vous allez le voir un peu galérer, c'est-à-dire que vous allez avoir les bords des écrans qui vont se changer. Ça sera pas top top. Ah. Toi, tu dors. Je crois qu'il y en a un deuxième. Ah mais oui, je suis en train de... J'étais en train de m'enfoncer, je me disais aussi, je descends tout seul. Bah oui, oui, tu m'étonnes. Ok. Donc là. Vous les voyez, ces deux-là? Et il est déjà réveillé, lui. On va y aller vite. Essayez d'y aller assez vite. Ah merde. Ok, bon, on a récupéré 2-3 trucs. Je sais pas ce que je viens de faire là. Ah, voilà. J'étais en train de chercher un peu détecteur de mouvement. Parce que normalement, je sais qu'il y a un ennemi pas très loin à la base. Alors, vous voyez, vous pouvez aussi... Faut vraiment que j'arrive à me remettre sur ça. Mais techniquement, vous avez des fruits. Ça aussi. Il y a des fruits quelque part, mais je le vois plus. C'est chaud quand même. Je me demande si c'était réellement comme ça le mouvement. C'était pas fou. Hop, voilà, on vient de récupérer un fruit. Ok. Alors, soit on regarde comme ça, soit on zoom.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle.
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle. The success of the mission depends on how... Change your camouflage. The uniform. Choosing
On vient de le faire à
camouflage.
l'instant. Hein.
Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how the higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and the key is to make yourself one with nature.